Hey, music community, Jeff here again for a little bit of a thread this time around. So I've been seeing people do this. I noticed Metal Mickey did a thread the other day. He started, it was just off the cuff, kind of a 10 album titles that you really like. They're 10 killer album titles, or, just basically album titles that for some reason click with you. And so he went through, and everybody, I've seen some other people do it, and everybody has different approaches to it, and I guess different things. And I just randomly pulled some that came to mind, but there are a lot of things that can trigger connections with titles and stuff, and so and it may change from time to time. But anyway, let's just get into this. This is fun stuff. This is just not randomly pulling albums, but a random topic. It gives us a chance to pull some albums. One of the ones that came to mind was Over the Influence by Mylan, because the term is under the influence. You're under the influence of something. But to me, this was kind of a nice play on words. Over the influence kind of gives the impression of a triumph over something. So I always kind of thought that kind of resonated interesting, because it's a twist on what you normally would say, as is this one, Until Death Do We Meet by Dream Child. This is not in any way a religious band, but the band, the title itself sounds very spiritual, kind of like I'll Meet You in Heaven, Until Death Do We Meet. If you're not familiar with Dream Child, they've got Rudy Sarzo's in here, Simon Phillips. There's some pretty good classic rockers in here. It's a really great album, Until Death Do We Meet. All right, this one, let me move the hype sticker out of the way. Pathogenic Ocular Dissonance. Just one of those words, titles that's just kind of like, what? If you're not familiar with Tourniquet, they had some interesting titles in the early days. Apparently, from what I recall, Ted Kirkpatrick used to work in the medical field, in medical supply, medical surgical equipment or something. So there was always some of that cool stuff. All right, and then up next is one that I actually showed in my upcoming video, actually, that I made for the O's. But One Bad Pig, a Christian band. Obviously, band, B-A-N-N-E-D, is a play on words, because while One Bad Pig is a Christian band, B-A-N-D, B-A-N-N-E-D is just kind of showing how, it's, again, play on words, how you have band. And it kind of goes to, in this day and age, when this album came out in the mid-'80s, a lot of churches were banning Christian hard rock and stuff, and then in that case, punk rock. All right, and this was going back to my early days. Peace of Mind. I mean, obviously, and again, play on words, spelling. I've seen others mention albums that were, spelling issues like that. And this one always struck with me, because, of course, we're talking, it's not having peace, it's having a piece. And so, in this case, you've got the brain missing, and of course, well, it's on the inside, but the meal of the day is a big brain on a bed of lettuce and vegetables and whatever. So this is a fairly new album, and it just kind of it's just kind of, and maybe it connects because this album was released after this fella passed away. But this is In the Lonely Light of Morning, Eric Wagner. So again, this was released after he passed away, but in this case, you think of In the Light of Morning, you think of the sunrise or whatever, but in this case, it's a morning, as in, sad. So, yeah, that's just kind of a somber way of putting it. And it's a twist on words. So it's kind of striking. And I don't know why this one sticks with me all the time since I was a teen. Nothing Matters and What If It Did by John Cougar. I don't know. Just kind of like, whatever, nothing matters. And what if it did? For some reason, that has always stuck with me as just interesting. I don't even know why. It was actually probably the first one I thought of when it came up to titles. So, all right, these last three are actually often the same band, which may give you the idea, may give you a little inkling of the tongue-in-cheek / satire way or twist of words that this band does. And that's the band The 77s, which I mention quite often. Anyway, their album Ping Pong Over the Abyss. I mean, there's so many ways you could take that. The abyss, of course, being, what most people consider lake of fire, hell type idea. And you're just playing games over the mouth of hell. I guess I don't know how they exactly interpret it, but that's kind of the way I implied. It's just kind of a strange, I don't know, strange way. And this one, there is no title on the front to show you, but the album by the 77s, it's on the side. You probably won't be able to see it anymore. Anyway, More Miserable Than You'll Ever Be. There's a song in here called Miserable, but that's basically again kind of a play off of that. I'm trying to see, did they not have? Oh, okay, there it is. It's on the back. More Miserable Than You'll Ever Be. Anyway, great album. If it can be truly considered an album, it's got a lot of like some vocal rehearsal mixes, some demo versions of songs, but there are a handful of songs. I don't know. These are all just like random tracks. I don't know where they came from. Miserable, You, The Treasure in You, which I believe is that a cover tune or something. Come and Gone, a live version of Jesus. Maybe that's the song that's covered. I don't know. And then some, other twisty things, but there's 3 or 4, like, to me, new songs, which I just love this album. More Miserable Than You'll Ever Be. And then the last one also by the 77s, Drowning with Land in Sight. I mean, it's kind of if you think too hard about it, it's just kind of sad, but it's kind of striking. You can see your salvation, but you drowned before you get there. So anyway, again, kind of a twist. But there you go. Just some fun stuff that came to mind on this. So check out, I'll put a link down below for Metal Mickey's original video. And you can jump on. Just fun. Find some things in there, in your collection musically that strike you as interesting. That's it for this one. Thanks a lot. Rock on and rock hard. Hey, brief little announcement in case you haven't heard already, and I'm going to insert this into a couple videos, so excuse me if you've seen this more than once. This is my public service announcement, PSA from Mega Jeff. The lottery, the 2024 lottery is in effect. It's starting to roll. It's rolling kind of slow, but I'm letting you know about it now in case you didn't know or didn't hear, because of course Bobby, who kind of runs it, has been kind of changing his channel and stuff. So link below. Get the information about it. We're looking for volunteers. Usually we need about 26, so we need to get some names in here. If you're interested in being a volunteer, if you don't know anything about the lottery, check out the video. It's just kind of fun. We've been doing it for years. Bobby's been running it for many years, and I participated at least the past 4 or 5 years. I don't know. It's been great stuff. I've sent stuff to places all over. Check it out, though, and the link will be below. You can check out and get the information about it. Volunteer. Let Bobby know you want to volunteer. We need to get some more volunteers in here. That's it for this one, though. Make sure you check it out.